So this video is going to be about the importance of young numismatists. Numismatists are coin collectors, and I think that it's important to get the younger generation involved in coins. If you look back in the short history, back to the 1960s, every single person knew what silver was. It was money. It was your circulated 90% silver coinage. And nowadays, if you hand a silver quarter to a kid, what are the chances that that kid's gonna, recognize that that's silver and not a standard copper quarter? Your chances aren't very good compared to, just 50 years ago. And I think it's important to pass this knowledge on. Most of the coin collectors and dealers that I see are generally people that grew up in the 60s. Generally people in their 60s, 70s, 80s. And sometimes you do see the young numismatists. And a lot of dealers pay them no mind. And I think that it's kind of wrong. The future numismatist relies heavily upon these youngsters that are getting into coin collecting. And just think about this. If you wait 50 years, you hold on, you stack silver or whatever for 50 years, you go to sell it. And, there are no youngsters collecting. Well, in 50 years, there will be nobody collecting. So we don't want coin collecting to ever turn into the next stamp collecting. Stamp collecting, I believe, is basically a dying breed. And the reason is because they didn't have very many youngsters getting into it, in the 70s and 80s. A lot of people, switched to baseball cards and stuff like that. So a lot of people got out of stamp collecting, and nowadays that's it's a hard hobby to make a buck in. Well, anyways, we don't want silver to turn into the next stamp collecting. And these young numismatists, they're very important. If you're stacking for the future, a kid at a coin show, like you just see him going through wheat pennies, just think, that kid may be the kid that buys your entire stack one day. And that could happen. That is a reality. That's very realistic. And I started out collecting wheat pennies. Basically, my grandmother, she would save wheat pennies. She'd get a bag of them together. And I'd go to town, going through them, sorting them. Had a lot of fun doing it. And anyways, that's how I got into coin collecting. Most of the knowledge that I gained about coin collecting, I gained through other people. Dealers, other people that I know that are into the hobby, stuff like that. And the next generation is the most important, because these are going to be our customers, if you want to sell someday. These are going to be the kids that buy your stuff. And a lot of dealers, pay them no mind. I bought this 1 ounce round from a kid setting up at his first coin show today. He must have been 10 to 13 years old, and he was asking $25 for the silver round. And there was a guy 2 tables down selling them for $24. But I thought it was important to, support the young numismatist. It was his first coin show. Give him a little bit of encouragement, and maybe it'll get him into the hobby a little bit more. It is a good hobby to be in. But the future relies heavily on, the next generation. And I thought I'd put up this video because I see a lot of people, pay them no mind. They think, oh, this kid's just collecting junk or whatever. Well, they don't think about it, The people that collect coins that started out as children, they started out collecting lower value or lower quality coins. And they always, upgrade their collection, so to speak. But I think it's very important, and I think that that a lot of people pass by, they don't give any encouragement to. And I've seen probably a dozen people walk right by this kid's table, and I figured, I'm going to buy something. For an extra buck, that kid, he might buy my stack someday. That'd be kind of cool.